In this lesson, we'll be looking at cumulative frequency table, which is a continuation of our previous class on how to present data. To start with, what is a cumulative frequency table? Just as the name implies, cumulative is a kind of a table that we obtain by adding the frequencies of one data to another data. Let me read from the board. It says the cumulative frequency of a particular class is got by adding the frequency of the particular class to the frequency of the classes before it. Excuse me. For example, if I have data X and the frequency is 2, this is frequency. Let me write it first. The cumulative frequency, let me write it CF. Then I have different data. Maybe 2 is one of the data, 4 is another data, then 1 is another. Let me write it in. Then maybe the frequency of 2, maybe 2 appear 3 times, 4 appear 1, and 6 appear 5 times. The cumulative of this, nothing comes before 2, so cumulative, the 3 will still stand. But for this second data, we add the frequency of 4 to the frequency of 2, meaning we add this 1 to this 3, which means we have 4 here. Then to get the next one, we add these 5 to this, 5 plus 4, 9. Leaving we have more data, let's assume we have 7 again, and 7 appeared, say 4 times. To get the cumulative of it, we add this 4 to 9, and so it goes like that. 4 plus 9 will give us 13. So all of this form the cumulative frequency. So the cumulative frequency of a particular class is got by adding the frequency of the class to the frequency of the classes before it. Therefore, the cumulative frequency table is a table that shows the cumulative frequency of each of the classes. The table derived can be used to do many things, like to plot a graph called the cumulative frequency curve, which is also called OG. So to get this curve, we must prepare the cumulative frequency table. And the table can also be used to know the total number of students falling within certain values on the given information or data. So now, so using table 26.2 as an example, the cumulative frequency can be obtained as follows. So look at this. This is the data we worked with in our previous class. So to get the cumulative frequency of this is the frequency, the cumulative is obtained by adding the frequencies. Now for the first data, the first interval, nothing comes before it, that is 11 plus 0, which is still 11. Then the next one will be obtained by adding 4 to 11. 4 plus 11 is 15. Then the next one will be 8 plus 15, which is 23. 7 plus 23, 30. 5 plus 30 is 35. Plus 35, 39. 4 plus 39, 43. And then 7 plus 43, 50. So these form the cumulative frequency of that data. In constructing the cumulative frequency table, the first cumulative frequency is always equal to the frequency of the first class because nothing comes before it. So it's like saying these very one added to 0. There's no data that comes before it. So it remains constant. That is what they are saying in essence. So the first cumulative frequency tallies with the frequency 11 in this case of the first class. Why the last cumulative frequency table must agree with the total number of entries. So how many data do you use to prepare this table? In this case, this is max of 50 students. So if you construct the cumulative frequency and the last number does not agree with the number of entries in your data, that means your answer is wrong. That is an indication that you have made a mistake somewhere. You need to go back and cross-check your work. The last number must agree with the number of entries or the number of data that you are working with. Now we have an example here. It said the following are the marks of 50 students of Danik Institute of Management in a diploma examination. All of these marks, prepare the data using 7 equal intervals. In other words, we're going to prepare a table here, frequency table, then also get the cumulative frequency table. Recall from our previous class, to do that, we first of all need to get the interval. Then how do we get the interval? We do that by getting the range. Range is the difference between the highest and the lowest. In this data, the lowest is 65, and the highest, we'll search the data and look at which number is the highest here. Let's go through it. 73 is the highest. So range of this data, range is 73 minus 47, and 63 minus 47. Then because we want to divide this into 7 intervals, we will divide this by 7. Question? So prepare the data using 7 equal intervals. That is the instruction given to us. We want to divide this by 7 because we want to use 7 equal interval classes. So 73 minus 47 divided by 7 is approximately 3.71. 3.71, we need to round this up, and 7 will round to 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. Meaning in each interval, we should have 4 units or 4 entries. So let's do that. Have class intervals. Class intervals. We have the tally. Then we also have frequency. Let me just use F. I can even write it too since I have enough space here. So now, if you're having 4 units in each of the interval, now remember that the lowest number there is 47. So 47, 48, 49, how many? And 50. Meaning my first interval should be 47 to 50 because I want to have 4 units or 4 entries in each interval. I have 47 to 50 as the first interval. Then after 50, we have 51. Remember, I want to have 4 entries here again. So 51, 52, 53, 54. So this one should end at 54. After 54, we have 55, 55, 56, 57, 58. So this should end at 58. You count like that till you get to 4, 4, 4 entry. Each interval must have 4 entries. Then after 58 comes 59, 59, 59, after 59, that is 60, 59, 60, 61, 62. So this one should end at 62. Then after 62 comes 63, 63, 64, 65, and 66. 66. And what is the highest data there? We have up to 73. So we need to do that until we get to 73. So after 66, we have 67. So 67, 68, 69, and 70. 70. Then lastly, we have 71, 72, 73, and 74. So the last interval ends at 74. I will go back to the data and then count. The first interval here is 47 to 50. So we look which of the number fall into that interval, 47 to 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is all. 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Frequency is 6. And the next interval is 51 to 54. Go back again and look for the data that fall into that interval. 51 to 54. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually missed this. Let me circle it. It's supposed to be in the first interval, 48, 7, 8. This one is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So because of the one we omitted here, 48, will belong to this, meaning this one is 7, not 6. So let's correct it. 7. It's good you can cross-check your work, but it's very easy to make mistake here. 7, 7. The next interval is 55 to 58, 55 to 58. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The next interval is 59 to 62. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then the next interval is 63 to 66. 63, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The first number, you can see, I'm jumping the first number, which is the 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, and 11. And we have 67 to 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 to 70, 67 to 70. 67 to 71 is there. That is, how many is that? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we have 71 to 74, which is the last interval. So anything that remains now, we just count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is a frequency table. Frequency table. That is the A part of the question done. Then B part say the cumulative frequency table. Cumulative frequency table. Let me just continue it here. The next column will be cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency. And cumulative frequency will add the frequencies of one data to the preceding data to get the cumulative. And for this first interval, nothing comes before it, so the cumulative still remain at 7. But for the next one, 7 plus 7 is 14. And 7 plus 14 is 21. 8 plus 21 is 29. 11 plus 29 is 40. 6 plus 40 is 46. And 4 plus 46 is 50. If you recall, we said that the last cumulative frequency should equal to the total number of entries in the data. The question said the following are the mark of 50 students. So we have 50 as our last cumulative frequency. That shows that our table is correct. If you have any other thing apart from 50, there is an indication that there's a mistake somewhere in your table. So this is how to prepare a frequency table and a cumulative frequency table.